Good morning, good afternoon, or once again, whenever you're watching this. Another thought for today. The truth is that there is freedom from your pain, whatever that be. I remember when I was at school as a kid, I went through a stage in primary school where I was getting harassed a lot from other kids. And every day I go to school and I'd be like, I don't want to go to school. This is terrible. And I remember Friday afternoon, parents would come in a bit earlier for some reason, and I'd be at school, and my mum used to come in maybe 2 hours earlier before school was finished. And this is such a weird thing, but I remember we were in a room somewhere. It was like an assembly area. We were doing activities or whatever, and I was hating it. I was like, I don't want to be here. And then I could hear these keys rattle. My mum would always pull her keys out. I don't know why, and I could hear her rattling the keys. As soon as I heard the keys rattle, I was like, Mum's here, and I'm going to go home at the end of this. And that was 2 hours before school finished. I would go through the next 2 hours at school just as easy as. I didn't care. People would have a go at me. I didn't really care. My mum's here, and I'm going to be free from this. I want to pose that thought today. I love what it says here in Romans. It says that if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is written with your heart. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you confess and are saved. Knowing that you are saved, knowing that God is in control, and knowing that is your salvation from being in pain, in being trapped. It doesn't mean that physically I've been brought out of it, but it means that I know that my salvation is there and it's ready for me. And I experienced that with my mum, but I experienced that in pain I've had in my life, knowing that Jesus is in control. But I want to pose this question to you today. Have you ever thought, what am I saved from? What is my salvation? Because in our world, tangible world like we are right now, we think, well, heaven and hell I can't actually see in front of me so much. So it's not on my mind all day. But we would answer as Christians that my salvation is being freed from having to go to hell, and that I get to go to heaven, and that's my salvation. But I think that our salvation is so much more than that. I think God saved us from the lies of this world, that he saved us from having to believe that our focus should be on the sin and on the pain and suffering that we're in, to the salvation being truth is in him, that he is in charge and he is in control, and he can bring peace and comfort to me. So I want to leave this question with you today, and I hope that you hear God's heart through it, that yes, we are saved from going to hell, and we will live with Jesus in heaven, all those great things. But what has Jesus saved you from? And if you are experiencing in your life feeling trapped or restricted, you need to know that your salvation is in him from that, and you need to look to him in that. And I know today that as you seek God first in everything that you do, that you will experience salvation in him.